So University Enterprise Zones were initiated by the UK government in 2014 through Research England, and are specific geographical areas where universities and businesses can work together to increase local growth and innovation. The aims are to support universities in strengthening their role as strategic partners to businesses and other organisations, and to help maximise their contribution to local growth. And secondly, to stimulate development of incubator space that enables businesses and universities to interact. In 2014, a significant investment was made to Bradford, Bristol, Liverpool and Nottingham, with a fifth facility at the Bradfield Centre in Cambridge, which was opened in July 2017 and received nearly £5 million in funding from BEIS. Though not technically part of the UEZ pilot, the Bradfield Centre is similar in its aims and objectives and is evaluated alongside the other 4 UEZs. And then in 2019, 20 smaller investments were made under the UEZ umbrella from Research England, which included the new project I'll be describing to you today in Cambridge. So you can find the full list of University Enterprise Zones on the website there. And we hope in the future to learn from and work across the University Enterprise Zones to strengthen the UK as a whole. But we're currently tasked with putting together a University Enterprise Zone together in a local context in Cambridge. There's further information you can find from the press release there and also on the Maxwell website. So with this in mind, we're having a look at the previous success and current opportunities that we've got in Cambridge. So many of you will be familiar with the Cambridge Innovation in Numbers statistics, which show the scale and breadth of innovation in the Cambridge cluster and at the University of Cambridge. I'm just going to highlight a couple of relevant figures from this to you now. So in Cambridge, we have the highest number of patents published per 100,000 residents in the UK, and more than the next 2 cities combined. And also, with particular relevance to the Cambridge University Enterprise Zone, there's over 440 life science and healthcare companies in the Cambridge cluster. And then on the other side of the slide at the university, you can see the world-leading and internationally excellent research, and that's demonstrated to bring in a significant amount of follow-on funding raised by spin-outs in the Cambridge Enterprise portfolio, 1.7 billion, and another measure of success is that 97.4% of Cambridge Enterprise companies exist for 5 years or longer. Specifically related to the healthcare sector, and thank you to CUHP for this slide, Cambridge is unrivaled in its potential and offering to anchor new health technologies and innovations with the combination of world-class R&D, professional education and clinical leadership, late-stage translation right into clinical trials, access to the NHS, and the outstanding international industry links at all levels, from startup to global player in medtech, digital health and therapeutics. But one reason for applying for the funding for the University Enterprise Zone is that we mustn't become complacent, and we have to recognise that there are areas that could be improved to future-proof the Cambridge cluster. So a group of us in the cluster have identified a few gaps and barriers that, if removed, could potentially put Cambridge in an even better position, hence the University Enterprise Zone. This is our high-level vision for the Greater Cambridge Health Tech Connect University Enterprise Zone, with the main aim being to be more connected between Northwest Cambridge and South Cambridge. And we want to increase interdisciplinary interactions between physicists, engineers, biologists, mathematicians and clinicians to create a future Greater Cambridge cluster with natural cross-fertilisation of scientists, companies, entrepreneurs, research exchange, acceleration and incubation activities between innovation hubs. So we're hoping that this vision is something that everyone in the cluster is able to buy into. We're using these 4 main deliverables to unlock the potential of the cluster in identified areas where Cambridge has achieved or could gain a global advantage. 3 areas have been selected to pilot this UEZ, and they're based on Cambridge strengths and the immediate need for interdisciplinary collaboration in the areas. So these are medical technology, digital health and therapeutics. So through the UEZ, we'll provide a platform to connect researchers in medicines, physics, technology and engineering with entrepreneurs and businesses that otherwise would not necessarily meet. It will be used to help mobilise the community to address societal and economic-led challenges, for example, the grand challenges identified in the industrial strategy. So it just remains for me to acknowledge everybody who's been involved in this project from the start, from writing the bid to the UEZ, right through to the road mapping and also creation of the digital platform. You can see there's a broad range of input there, and we are very grateful for all of the individuals that have given up time to help us create the University Enterprise Zone. And if you have any questions about the UEZ, please don't hesitate to get in touch with myself or another one of the project team at this email address. And thank you very much for listening today.